Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today we're reviewing God's Creatures from A24. So God's Creatures is a drama that takes place in a small Irish fishing town, and it follows the story of a mother and son. The son returns back from a long trip in Australia, and he's back onto this town, this very close-knit community. Suddenly there are some allegations against what he's done in this town once he's come back, and the mother has to cover for him, and this creates this really strong family drama, this tension between this small town and this close-knit community, and just kind of being all thrown into flux because of this guy's presence. The mother, Eileen, who's played by Emily Watson, I think is the most compelling character in this movie, because I feel like she's someone who really has to skirt the line between doing what's right and then also protecting the one she cares about. And I think her performance really portrays that. Someone who's really struggling, someone who's really trying to figure out what to do. And by the end of this movie, you get to see her transform. You see her arc from the beginning to the end really completes who she is as a person and really shows those internal struggles of kind of your community versus your family and trying to do the right thing. I think one of the best things about this movie is actually the cinematography. It's filmed in, like I said, this small Irish fishing town, and they really capture that atmosphere. It's very gloomy, it's very dark, and you feel like there's like this cloud over this community, and I feel like the cloud follows almost like the allegations. You feel this just oppression and this struggle to achieve what you want to do in this town because it's really reliant on fishing. Like I said, the movie is a lot of it actually takes place with them out on the water. They're catching oysters. It's like, it is a very gloomy movie and it is very somber watching it. But I feel like that tone and the cinematography of filming in that way helps you understand kind of the oppression these people are under and the struggle and kind of the cataclysmic waves that go through this community just because of these allegations. The writing is also really, really sharp because you have to have these subtle enough moments where someone is trying to hide something but giving you enough information as an audience member to understand the struggle that they're going through. So I think they do a good job, particularly in the dialogue between the mother and the son, or the mother talking to those in the community trying to cover up for him, because you see this look on her face that you know that there's something beneath the surface. She wants to get it out. She wants to kind of speak up for herself and speak up for the right thing, but she's really struggling to do. Another thing that's really good in this movie is the score, because it helps capture, again, that atmosphere and that tension of this small town. There's a lot of really harsh strings and violin and like classic music that you expect from this Irish village, but it also integrates in that, like I said, the tension. It doesn't just fit the atmosphere, but it also fits the tone of the film. The one big negative I would have to say about the movie is that it's really slow. The movie is just over an hour and a half long, but it feels every bit of almost being 2 hours long, because you're being strung along in this very slow, this burn that just keeps growing and growing and growing until we reach kind of the climax of the movie. And I think that climax is executed really well. I think that what they build up to is worth it. But in, at the 45-minute mark or the hour mark, it really is just starting to like push you down as an audience member, because like I said, everything about it is kind of oppressive and dark and gloomy and sad, that it's kind of weighs on you after a while. So if I were to rate God's Creatures, I would actually give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a really good movie. It's very well written. It's very well acted. It's very well shot. Just really the struggle is to keep the audience engaged, because like I said, it is very slow and very somber and very oppressive in its tone. So I do think that's something that's going to like hurt it a little bit. My opinion, it's really well executed, but maybe just could have let up just a little bit. So if you checked out God's Creatures, let me know what you thought about it. How does it compare to some other A24 films? Were you surprised? Did you like it as much as I did? Did you like it a little bit less? Leave those comments down below. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.